Okay, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Church on Sunday just dropped last week.
We're going to talk about it. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay, let's get to it.
Okay, so, well, I'll just ask you, how do you think your music has progressed over the last few months?
Last few months specifically, I think it's progressed tremendously. And I guess obviously, like I was talking to you about it, in regards to kind of like a shift in our process of what we're trying to do, Brian and I. What I've come to realize as well in the last, like, from working and making and creating music and elaborating on my ideas for the last maybe like 2 to 3 years, is that at first I was really doing everything off of just creative endeavors and with passion in mind, which I think is really good. It's really important to do, and it had me really proud of myself of bringing my ideas and my visions and dreams to life in regards to these songs that I was writing and making. But now we're actually at the point where we're done our second project, just as you know, and we're looking at making things more efficiently and thinking with, at least myself personally, I'm learning to think with more of a business mindset of not, okay, like, I want to make music for creative passions, but I also want to run my own business and be my own business person. And with that in mind, efficiency is really important, and catalog, there's a lot of different things coming into mind, but the way we're doing things more now is thinking of our creative process in more of an efficient way and thinking with more of, I guess, business and promotion and marketing in mind, whereas before, geez, you missed that. Got two ducks like dive bombed into the pool just now. Holy, you see them?
No.
Oh my god. Anyways, back on track. More of a business mindset. And taking marketing into much more of a consideration, as well as building a catalog for myself and creating, if music is the product that we're creating and we're selling it and sharing it with the world and wanting the world to hear it and people to enjoy, then that's like the product we're creating. How do we create this product in the most efficient way? What like writing practices should I take and should I be doing to be a better writer and kind of like hone my skills, be better at what I'm doing and faster at it as well. So that's something that I wasn't really taking in consideration at first throughout the last like year and a half, 2 years. I'm still really happy of what we did and what we've been bringing to life, but I'm actually much more excited now for what can come and what is about to be created in the future, and knowing that we're just like banging so many tracks out on such a like more efficient basis. So yeah.
Yeah, you kind of like spoke about making music for business and stuff like that, but like, if I could ask you, like, who do you make music for? What's your audience? And has your audience changed since starting making music?
Who do I make music for? What's my audience? And
Yeah, like, just like,
tell me what.
has your audience changed from the beginning to now, of possibly like from a business standpoint, like who you're making music geared towards?
Well, I think that first and foremost, I was initially making music for myself. And in regard to the type of music, like listened to a lot of different like marketing podcasts and shows, and there's people that are actually making music geared around a marketing idea. And I'm not saying that that's wrong. That's really genius in regards to the pitch of the project and sharing it with people with a specific like marketing, I don't know how you want to put it. Yeah, strategy in mind. Still, I must say that I'm making the type of music that like I feel in my heart and that I want to make and that what I'm inspired by. It's very hard for me to just go and create something because like, yo, I want a song for this. Okay, like, or let's say like this, like, summer's coming up, you should make a happy song. Well, yo, what if I don't really feel that happy today? I'm not just going to force myself into doing that. I just can't really as a person. But So in that sense, I'll still say that I'm making the type of music that I want to make for myself, but at the same time, I'm also making it for a lot of people to enjoy. That's a huge goal of mine. I don't think I really want to box myself into, say, like an age range or a genre, because I think that if you hear my music and it feels good to you, that no matter what your favorite genre may be, you still may like it. No matter how old you are, you still may like it. But a very, very specific goal in mind is to share it with people. So at the same time, I'm not making it just for myself. I'm also making it to share with a lot of others. And if that's the case, there should be certain steps and things that you need to keep in mind rather than just making something for a hobby to just be content with. Both are important, but did I even answer that question fully?
I was really wondering, are you making the music for the ladies? Or?
Oh my god, that's not even. I didn't even answer that.
It's fine. But
Holy shit!
For you is
Wait a second. I'm sure that you'll hear the specific different types of songs, and you'll see what type of audience, whether it be men or women, that it will like resonate more with. I think that I have songs for everyone, not specifically just ladies, even though I love you guys.
So for church on Sunday, you have a line that says, "Take my mom to church," basically on Sunday.
Yeah, still gonna take my mom.
Has your mom listened to the song, and what does she think of it?
Yeah, she loves it. She was in the music video.
So there's a music video.
Yes. There's a music video that we're sitting on for the moment. There's a music video that we're sitting on for the moment, which I don't want to specifically market just because I feel forced that now the song's out that I need to market it. I want to start creating a little bit of traction and audience before the time comes that I need to stress about now specifically marketing this product. But back to my mom. Out of this whole album that we've made, now we're at the point where we've made 2 projects that are completed. But this first album that we've made, I would definitely say that Church on Sunday is my mom's favorite track. If the hook wasn't "Still gonna take my mama to the church on Sunday," I don't know if it would be her favorite song. I'm actually surprised it's kind of her favorite song. I think there's much more gentler tunes on there that she would probably resonate with. Gentler. But yeah, she really likes the song. Who knows if it's just because of the hook. Shout out to my mom, but...
You said that you listen to a bunch of podcasts pertaining to music and stuff like that. Do you have like a favorite person that you would like to listen to when it comes to music podcasts? Do you listen to music podcasts? Or the other things you like to listen to?
So I would say that music is definitely the most inspiring thing that I listen to throughout my day. Like even just like what we were listening to, I was just making beats yesterday with Bri, and what am I doing back here? You just asked me like, yo, are these the soundtrack to your life right now? And realistically it is. I'd say, okay, this is actually an interesting question because shit, am I still in focus there? I don't know.
Yeah, you're fine.
I like this question about what I'm listening to on a daily basis because it's very different than other people. I'm not really keeping up. Like, I'm keeping up with like the main headliners of what's going on in current events, like in hip hop and music and whatnot. But I'm really just so much more in tune and focused on what I am creating and myself as a person that if I'm listening to things, it's more so like what inspires me in the day, whether it be old music or just looping a beat that I just made that I'm gonna write to, or like I don't know, like a spiritual or motivating podcast. Learning a lot about TikTok because fuck, that's a lot to learn about, and listening to people that have been like, I guess, trying to learn from people that have taken steps forward, like are a little forward and more along their way than you are, that you admire business wise or whatever, like life wise, career wise. There's a lot of people that I look up to for different things that I want to learn from. So if they have shit that's out there and they're talking and dropping cheat codes, I want to listen to that. But in regards to like what I'm specifically listening to, more so music, but not new music. Like
I asked you what podcasts you listen to.
Podcast. Damn. I can't even say that I'm really listening to many podcasts, but I am listening to interviews of people that
Podcasts.
sure. Okay.
Interview
Nah, but
podcast.
yeah,
Podcast is a
but
blab.
no, okay, but sometimes people are
I
making
just wanna know,
podcasts.
who are you listening to? Were you hearing music?
Sometimes people are making podcasts and they're just talking shit. Like if I'm listening to something,
cares?
I'm listening to people getting interviewed that I admire in a specific type of way.
You want to name drop a few?
Okay, name drop Russ. That's my biggest inspiration career wise, and I've mentioned that to you. So I feel like that's what you're looking at me to say. Career wise, I fuck with that guy so heavy because he like what he's able to do in his lifestyle and how he's able to make such a like great career for himself from making music and sharing it with people, and how being independent, semi I guess on and off, and like the things he's able to do to his family with his family, like take care of them and make music the way he wants to make, and kind of not answer to people in that sense, and just do what he wants to do in his heart. I really fuck with that. Other person I've been learning a lot from in regards to TikTok, because that's a whole other ball game, is Nick D, just based off of his crazy amount of success that he's had on there, and I guess the amount of generous information that he is putting out there to the world for you to just go and learn about him and his story and what the fuck he does. And like I fuck with people that are just talking honestly in front of the camera. That's what I was even just saying to you. Like you can kind of tell when people feel the need to say shit that is just forced, or they're trying to look cool or look sick or act a certain type of way, and when people are just honestly talking about, yo, this is what I did, this is why I do it, and this is my life. So I resonate well with people like that.
Who do you think are the current artists that are shaping the music industry at the moment?
Whoa, crazy. Good question. That's a very good question. Like I said in the previous one, I can't, this is just opinionated because, and it's coming from a place where everybody should take it with a grain of salt, because I'm saying that I do not keep up with current shit, like current industry stuff on a daily basis like most people do. And reason being to that, like I'll relate it to this Lil Wayne interview that I heard, and he was actually saying the exact same thing years ago. He's like, yo, he was actually talking about how he didn't know 21 Savage's name. He thought 21 Savage, Lil Wayne thought 21 Savage was a group like Wu-Tang Clan, that was 21 rappers. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, oh, I didn't know that was one guy. And he's like, yo, honestly, I'm so into creating my own shit that I don't really pay attention to all the outside world. And that's kind of how or where I am right now. But if I had to say, okay, obviously, like you have Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick still running things. And oh, well, you see, I can't tell you who is pushing the music industry or shaping it. I can't tell you that, but I could tell you my favorites that are like new people that are popping off. I mentioned this in the last time I sat down. Brent Faiyaz, that guy's fucking sick. There's this other, I guess, like you'd say, like emerging artist. He's been around for a while. His name's Q. That guy's dope as fuck. Damn.
Thoughts on Kanye's new album?
Really trying to think of that. Oh, Vulture is. This isn't supposed to be a reaction video. That's good. That's a good segue though. You saw me dying off from the last question. You're like, thoughts on Kanye's new album?
We're gonna talk about like shaping the industry, and this guy just dropped a track, which
a whole album, a whole project, not just track. But yeah, there's a lot of things. You know what's so funny about that? There's a lot of people dropping shit right now, and there's a lot of people. Like, there's a lot of projects to get hyped about, and in my opinion, like the one that was the most quietly dropped, that like he just fucking just threw it out there and was like, yo, I'm hosting listening parties, is Vultures. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. That was some very creative shit from Kanye. That was some very creative shit, and there was like 3 or 4 tracks on there that I had looped. It even took me away from listening to my own beats on loop, that I was running those songs loop after loop. And I just really love shit that inspires me. I really don't care what the genre is or what I'm listening to. if it inspires me and it moves me in some type of way, that's what I'm really focused on right now is feeling. And I fucking love the feeling that I got when I was bumping. I was kind of skeptical about going into it too. I didn't know how sick it would be, but when I heard some real different shit come out of there that had me really inspired and motivated, I fucked with that. I remember the first time I listened to Pop Smoke's first album that dropped, the whole big one. I remember I was going crazy off of every track that I heard, and like when I hear something good that I like, you already know me. I'm like, oh my god, I'm overreacting left, right, and
I
center.
feel like I inspired you to listen to that.
Oh yeah. Okay. If you
Okay.
want the credit, I would agree.
I didn't even know what Dior was. I had
Yeah. But when that dropped, I'm relating it back to this Kanye album. Like I remember when I hear shit that I love, especially a big project where it's like song after song after song. I'm like, oh my god, I'm going crazy about it. I don't give a fuck about whatever else is out there. Like it's not moving me like what I'm listening to right now. So
I know
appreciate that.
you heavily are into movies. I
Mm-hmm.
know that about you.
Yeah.
But how has movies shaped your music creativity?
Oh, you're sick. You're sick. You're sick. Wow, you came up with these questions in like 10 minutes. That was a sick question.
Good.
Is the mic still good there?
You gotta know.
I'm gonna need to charge up for this one.
I gotta know the artist to ask the question.
You're sick. Maybe you're gonna get a job interviewing people after this.
I'll start my own podcast.
Yeah, podcast or interview, they're different.
Yeah, we're all good with it.
Yeah, I love movies. If there's a lot of people that have like made this analogy that they're the main character in their own movie, the superhero in their own movie, that's definitely me.
I know, look at you now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, this is the part where the main actor gets interviewed, you know what I'm saying? Except I ain't acting. Fuck was I gonna say?
How has movies shaped your music?
Music inspiration. Heavily. There's like some like I really like Hans Zimmer as a composer and with like movie scores that he's done. I think music is so important to cinematography and movies as a whole. I'm inspired by cinematography, even like us making our own music videos and whatnot, and even filming this ourselves right now with all the type of gear. I think music does so much for the movies, and for whatever like on-screen story you're watching. And when I feel inspired by that, it's kind of like the same thing when I hear an album that I really like. When I hear music in a movie, like even if it's other songs that they may have like grabbed off Spotify or from like whatever industry catalog, like I'm the first on Spotify or on Shazam, like, yo, what is that? I need that. I want to hear that. Even if it's a score that I like, there's some certain movies.
Constantly Googling.
Yeah, constantly Googling. I'm finding, and that's what kind of goes back to the point of like what I hear people say is like, you don't need to actually drop the name of your song when your song drops. Because if someone hears it and they like it enough, they're gonna fucking go get that name of that song. They really just need to hear it and it needs to sound like music to their ears and they need to like it because if they fuck with it, they're going to get it. They're like, there's no reason you need to actually always say the name of that track. Back to the movie scores though. Shout out Days of Thunder. I really like that one. Shout out Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a sleeper. I'm ready to scrap over that one. Those are two Hans Zimmers. I like 80s music, so 80s movies. It's kind of just like whatever decade of, like, if I'm really inspired by the music in movies, whatever decades of music that you like throughout the years, whether it be 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, whatever, you're probably going to fuck with those type of movies because they're putting in the music that resonates well with you. So yeah, that's me. I like that one. Thank you.
So I have to say congratulations because recently you got featured on your Canadian Spotify playlist.
Oh jeez, you know you wanted me to talk more about that. See, you're so smart. That's how we get this in here. Why? Thank you.
I just wanted to say, what was it kind of like? Set the scene. Where were you?
Oh, it was sick.
It's a really good stepping stone into what you have planned for yourself.
Yeah.
So tell me a little about making it onto your first featured Canadian Spotify playlist.
Yeah, curated playlist. That felt really nice. Like at the end of the day, that's not everything in what I'm hearing. Like I try not to make a big deal of it. That day in that moment, I was really excited for it. Um, well, I guess my main focus right now is creating um, a catalog of music to put out there for the world so that people can, when they hear something that they like, they can go check me out and find more enough to call themselves a fan, enough to follow me, enough to like want to keep listening and bring them back. Like people's attention spans are so short. When you have it, I want to reel them in and create, I guess, a community of people that enjoy what the hell I'm doing. So that being said, playlists are not everything, but I get chirped a lot for not doing my legs in high school. Oh, bench press, and I was on the leg press. I remember we were actually doing hamstrings, and yeah, I just got an email, opened up my email, like, why am I getting this right now? And yeah, just went on, said, yeah, yeah, that was sick. I would really appreciate that. And I did see the benefits, even though it's not everything, I did see the benefits of getting on a curated playlist because it did really help numbers instantly, kind of, or like by the week. And one thing that I didn't know is just because you get on the playlist doesn't mean your song stays there. Like 3 weeks later, that shit was gone, and yeah, that's all right. That was the end of the hype. But that's not really even the point, though. The point is that like, hey, if you're talking like algorithmically and computerly, and like if there is people reading your pitch when you go to Spotify, I don't fucking know. But it was nice that something came of it, and I'm only getting started. That was like my third song ever released, so I'm happy with it. I'm really happy.
Do you find it hard to promote music on social media? Like, I know you haven't really done much, but like, what would you say is kind of like that you find is a difficult thing to get to? Is it making playlists? Is it finding how to kind of connect with people?
Oh, like what are the humps? Like what are the
like, do you find it hard to
barriers?
Promote music, or like do you not really know because you haven't?
Well, I know that just like anything that I've really wanted to do in my life, I've had to take myself out of my comfort zone to do it. And like when you're just in your comfort zone, you're just gonna stay doing the same shit. And right now, I don't promote my music on social medias much at all. So it's very much so out of my comfort zone. I was never making music until like 3 years ago. I didn't know shit about it. I just had some ideas throughout COVID and started writing an album. But now I'm very comfortable. I'm working with somebody that I love working with and creating, and then now we have a process where I'm going every single weekend working on tunes with someone I call my friend, and it's very comfortable now. In regards to promoting and social media, I have not yet done that adequately enough to really even tell people and share my music with them. So it's very much out of my comfort zone. But even just like what I was telling you before we started rolling these cameras, is like, I think everybody needs to work to their skill set. I'm very happy and comfortable with speaking to people. And putting myself out there and even being in front of a camera. So then, like, fuck, this is content. Fuck. So like, I guess I'm trying to work to my skill set and what I am most comfortable with and good at. If I'm good at talking to people and I'm comfortable talking to them, well, just sit down and fucking talk about your life. You want people to know you? Talk about you, talk about your music, talk about what you're doing, and post it. So, but like even us, like we went around and made vertical content for a day.
Yeah.
Can we say that's hard? Fuck no. We're out here making our own music videos at like 8 different locations on a small shit ass budget, and editing it ourselves for months after months after months, and like making sure every shot is perfect. That was way easier than making me like tilting the camera vertically and going and performing the song. Hey, and now you have enough to chop up and show people. Like, I think really what it is just getting over that maybe whatever mental barrier that people put up for themselves, myself included, to just find a way to show people what you're doing, what you're making. Even if it's not music, it's a product. Like, what, you do nails, like you do lashes, like you need to you do whatever the fuck you do. You fucking refurbish shoes, you make shoe reviews, like I don't know what you do. Like you custom sneakers, you need to tell people. right?
Little documentation.
I think that a lot of people are afraid to put themselves out there and do type of shit like that. But at the same time, we're actually kind of lucky that we have these tools and platforms to even be able to do that. I just spat all over the mic. You see that?
You're lucky to have me. I'm just kidding.
I would agree. I would agree. And both these cameras.
You'd have to spend a lot of money.
All right. Thank you very much.
We're running out of time on the one chip, so let me.
For real, eh?
Let me just cut it.
Oh, geez, thanks. That was good, though.
Hello?
It's a good segue. We'll put some music in here.
Yeah. No. Okay, I could ask you something else.
Okay, sure.
What is I had 2 more questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
What does Church on Sunday mean to you as a song?
That's actually what we started. Disclaimer: we actually started with this question, but we cut it out. So, if I had to choose one song to represent this album that we've made called 20For20, I would choose Church on Sunday. To me, it's kind of like a good depiction of where I was at the time of creating that album. Like I said previously, now we're at the point where this project is finished, and I'm very proud to say we just finished a second project, Brian and I. It's called When You Think of Love Songs. But thinking about this first album that I'm releasing right now, of where I was at the time in my life and what I was doing, and just starting to pursue music and create things and elaborate on my ideas and bring them to life. Church on Sunday is definitely like the catalyst for that, and the face of the album. It's like, I heard someone say that they really liked what I did on it. They liked my vocals. They liked the flow and the production, which I think is A1. Brian's production's always A1. Shout out Izzy Marshall. And but like I was saying in regards to that, they were saying that they liked what I did. And I was just thinking in my head, like, yo, I'm so happy that people, they appreciate that song and what I'm doing there on the song, because I know that I'm like a million times better than that right now. I think I said that in the last interview, but even still, like, that's just a part of growth and moving forward and getting better at what you're doing. So, yo, if you even listen to any song on this album, Church on Sunday or not, and you're fucking with it, you're really gonna like what I have in store in the future, because I'm just like even way more excited about that. But to not jump the gun and get ahead of myself, it's time for Church on Sunday. It's time for 20For20. I've been talking a lot about this album throughout the last few years for people that I do have their attention. And that song is definitely like probably one of the most meaningful ones off the whole project. There's 11 tracks there. So out of all 11, that's definitely the one that probably hits my heart the most. I can't lie.
And just to kind of sum it up, lastly, like, what's basically next to come for you in terms of like music? If you're working on anything, can you share it?
Yeah. Well, what I was just saying, it was
When You Think of Love Songs.
When You Think of Love Songs, that's an EP that I made. That will be coming right after the album, shortly after. I won't say right after. That's a 5-track EP that's now polished up and ready to be mastered, which I'm super proud of. Did a lot of singing on there opposed to rapping, a combination of both, but I really took myself out of my comfort zone, even in regards to the creation process, and tried to work on my vocals and better my singing and better what I'm doing. And at the same time, I think the chemistry between me and Brian is just way better and continues to grow as well. That's why I really love doing what I'm doing. But right now, in regards to music, I'm just making, we're making as much beats as possible. And I'm learning how to just kind of go into a song with no expectations and just try and create a complete vibe, no matter what it is, and have the most authentic expression of feeling there for the listener to pick up on. So we're creating music based off of feeling. And I'm writing to whatever feeling or vibe, like whatever the song needs. I don't want to push it in any type of direction. I don't want to put a box on any type of idea. Whatever the song needs and whatever the beat is calling for and needs to feel complete, I want to do to assist it to be the best of whatever it could possibly be. Yeah. Some guru shit. Shout out Rick Rubin. All right.
that's basically all I kind of have
That's
for
it.
today.
I should do my patented walk off. I'm always walking out of the camera if you watch me.
Seriously.
Yeah, it looks here. Okay, let me just do that and we'll end this.
Give a little
20 for 20 talks, church on Sunday. Thank you, Em.
You're welcome.
Watch this.
Oh, God.